Hello! Yes, this is Ate Shelo from Iba't Ibang Kwento ni Ate Shelo. How was your day? I hope it went beautiful. Well, every day you have to recognize one thing, at least one thing that made you happy, that made you feel alive. What is that one thing today? And whatever that is for you, I would like to tell you a story about the fox and the grapes. But before I tell you that story, I hope you would consider clicking that subscribe button so that you would have a steady stream of stories every day and lessons too. Anyway, there was this fox who was going around, and in this particular vine, he found luscious grapes. Yummy grapes at that. And since it was really tall, he couldn't jump high enough to get some for himself. So, what our little fox did was try to sneak up behind the vine so he could get some. Still, he couldn't get high enough to get himself some luscious grapes. It looks really yummy for him. And so, he was having a hard time. And he kept trying and trying. But no matter how hard he tries, he just can't get his hands on the luscious grapes. After trying another time, he said to himself, if at this time I still can't get myself on those grapes, I'm not gonna have any. So he tried again. Well, he couldn't, no matter how high he tries to jump, he really couldn't get his hands on the grapes. And then he said to himself, snickering as he went away, I think those grapes are sour anyway. I don't want them. So he went on his way without the grapes. The end for that. Well, what is the story about? It's about having thoughts about these grapes that you used to think to be so yummy and delightful. And when he couldn't get his hands on it, he decided that they're not worth it anyway because they are sour. That is where you got the term sour grapes. Why? Because he didn't even know how it tasted. It must be delicious, right? Well, he wouldn't want them in the first place if they weren't. But since he couldn't get them, he decided that they were sour anyway. So he doesn't care about them at all. Well, there are a lot of people who are like that. You start with big lofty dreams and you want this to happen, but you try so hard and you can't, and try even harder, still it doesn't happen for you. And then you suddenly decide that you don't want it anyway. Well, is that a good attitude? Is that the right attitude in the first place? Because if you wanted something really hard, then you would really work really hard for it. You want it so bad, you work hard for it. And when you work hard for it, it's not fair for you to judge that you don't want it anyway in the first place because it must be sour. You're gonna say some bad things about something or someone because you can't have it, you can't get to it. There are times you wanted to be friends with some people, and since you don't have the opportunity to do so, you would say, I don't want to be friends with them anyway. Is that a good thing? Because I don't want to be friends with them anyway because I think they're snobs. Or you start saying bad things about them. Is that good? No. Because when you start saying those things, you are negating yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice. Why? Because you're the one who wanted to be friends with them in the first place. Remember? Because you thought that the idea of being friends with them is good. Or you wanted something, a gadget, or or you wanted to be in the honor roll. You wanted to be part of your company's uh, top grocers, or the best in the company. But when you work hard and then suddenly you realize it, you're having a really hard time doing it, then why would you tell yourself that, I didn't want to be in that position anyway? It's not that good after all. And then you start saying bad things about it just because you can't have it. I think that would not be a good idea. Do you think so? So, today I want to challenge you into listing the things that you want to achieve, or the things that you want, that you need in your life. Mm, it doesn't matter how big or how expensive or how hard it is. Just dream and then work hard for it. Because, as I heard before, dreams that are not written are just wishful thinking. But once you start writing those dreams, they become a plan. They become a goal. Then you start planning. Then it makes it easier for you to make it happen. So, what are your grapes? What are they? So, when you realize what they are, you start writing them down and make sure that you work really hard for it and not decide that they are not worth it as soon as you start failing in making it happen. Because the sweetest grapes for you and for me are those that we have worked really, really hard for. Because you know that they are the product of your hard work, of your sweat and blood. You worked hard for it, to be an honor student, to be the top grocer in your company, to be whatever you wanted to be. For maybe you wanted to save, you wanted to earn this much, or you wanted to make sure that you get on that trip. Those are not bad things to want. Those are not bad things to wish for. But if you work really hard for it and it's for you, you will surely have it. You will surely get it. I'm very, very happy for you in advance, so that you would be able to stay motivated in getting those dreams and making them happen. Okay? And with that, may God be praised. This is Ate Shelo from Iba't Ibang Kwento ni Ate Shelo. I hope you would consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button so that you would have a steady stream of stories and lessons too. Bye everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.